What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the live stream and restream if you're rewatching this. My name is Aaron, and today we are kicking off the CNFT Tuesday show for you guys. We are, on the plane coming back from CNFT, and we just can't wait to talk and break down what's going on in the world of CNFT, Cardano NFTs. There's a lot to talk about, and there's more projects to get involved into as well. Big ups to Freedom35 being here in the chat. Kudo, what's going on? Shumari, what's going on? Cardopoly representing here. We're going to bring them on in a second. Neo, Curly Knox, all you guys, thank you guys so much for being with me. We've got a full stack, a full show here for you guys today. Shahid, what's going on? And we've got a big NFT to give away so that you could play as well. But before we get into any of that, you already know that we have to bring in our guests today. So let me bring in our first guest here. This man makes NFT trading look easy. Got all the dough, but is not cheesy. He's back from the con as a Las Vegas Don. He'll impress your mind like a panini. He's the one, the only, the crypto warden. Ethan, welcome to the show.
Cowboy Nation, we're back, baby. You know, we had a great time at CNFT Con. We're pushing along. We experienced some weird things, but, you know, as usual, we're back again. It's another CNFT Tuesday. Let's go, baby.
I'm glad to have you. I'm glad we didn't lose you in Las Vegas. What's your first initial take of Las Vegas, Crypto Warden?
So I'm not going to lie. The second we walked off the plane, there were slots in the airport. So, I mean, the biggest thing I saw in Vegas was casinos, slots, everything to do with money everywhere, all in Las Vegas. So it was pretty crazy.
Well, we're not talking about money. We're talking about ADA. And so that's hopefully what we're going to be making more today. Shahid, what's going on? G3 Tech, what's always good to see you guys as well. But I'm going to bring on three new guests to the stream. But hopefully, hopefully you guys have heard of them or will hear about them in the, the CNFT space. Let's bring on our first one. This man is a game player, making moves in silence like a prayer. He's grinding away so his project will stay. He keeps it running, the game like a conveyor. He is the one, the only, Drex from Cardopoly. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
Good to have you, brother.
I'm excited to be here, man.
Yeah, glad to see you. We're going to bring in your partner in crime here, right on your heels. This man is a hustler in the space, leaves other projects in the dust like a foot race. They're working so fast so that they outlast. He's out here grinding on Cardopoly, on Park Place. He's the one, the only, Bobby from Cardopoly as well.
Let's go. Good to see you. Thanks for having us on.
Good to have you guys. Cardopoly representing. We'll definitely get to your project a lot more. I know a lot of your people in your community are here, and I want to check out your game. I want to check out everything that you guys are working towards. But I do want to bring on another special guest here, become a really good friend of ours on the channel. We've already got overlapping circles here. And so we got to bring him on in style as well. This man is from across the pond. He is the NFT James Bond. He brings all the fire, levels us up higher, makes magic with his trades like a wand. The one, the only, Werz. Welcome to the show.
What an introduction that is. I've been waiting for one of them. I always hear on the streams, like, you come up with these little riddles, and I thought, oh, what am I going to get? But that was fire, man. That was fire. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad that you're here, Werz. We're, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit CNFT Con, then Cardopoly, then we'll see where that goes. We've got a big NFT giveaway that we will not miss. I know I missed it last week. I usually give around like 2 giveaways a week. I just forgot. So, because I think the conversation was too lively. But Werz and Warden here, you guys were at CNFT Con. Bobby and Drex will get to you guys in a little bit. But can you tell us a little bit about your impressions of CNFT Con? What is like the best thing about it and the worst thing about it? Werz, maybe start off with you, bro.
It was amazing to meet all these people. I speak to them in spaces. At the minute, I'm traveling. I've been traveling for 11 months with my wife. So we're just traveling the world, and I've been starting my CNFT journey when I started traveling. So these guys have pretty much been on my journey with me as I've been going through all these different countries. I've been speaking to them. They've been helping me with NFTs and stuff like that. So to actually meet them in real life was insane. And I mean, it was like a movie. It was just crazy. And that was the best, connecting with people, meeting new people. There was nothing bad. The only thing was bad is the way I feel today. I feel terrible. Vegas has taken my soul.
As it takes a lot of
Nah.
people's souls and wallets and a lot of other health problems too.
Yeah,
So
it was just
could you
so
tell me a
cool. It
little
was
bit-
just so cool to meet people. That was the main
Yeah.
thing.
Could you tell me a little bit about what you do? You referenced it. I forgot to ask, like, a little bit about yourself, maybe like a 2-sentence origin story and what you're doing traveling the world. And tell me, I don't even know what's going on there.
Yeah,
And how that
so
overlaps
me and
with
my
CNFTs.
wife. Yeah. Me and my wife quit our jobs, sold our house, and we're traveling the world. We've been going for 11 months, and we've got 2 months left. It was just a thing after COVID. We just decided that enough was enough. We need to go and see this world because, you know, life's short and you never know what's going to happen around the corner. So we started traveling, and literally when I started traveling, I started getting into NFTs because there's a lot of time where you have a lot of time by yourself. You know, you're in hotels, you're not always traveling. There's a lot of lonely time. So I started getting into NFTs and then started meeting all the great people of Cardano, basically. And then 9-10 months later, managed to go to Vegas and meet them all in real life. And well, I obviously met you two. I met so many cool people. But yeah, my channel is Packing for Places. And yeah, we've got a YouTube channel. We vlog every week with just what we're doing, basically.
Awesome. Guys, be sure to check out Packing for Places YouTube channel and make sure that you subscribe and like and check out Werz's content. He's out here traveling the world. Warden, what's the best and worst thing about CNFT Con? Werz said meeting the people and how he feels is the worst thing. What was the best and worst thing for you for CNFT Con?
Well, the best thing for sure, I mean, I totally agree with Werz that it was literally just meeting all these people that we talk to every day. So we were finally able to put a face with the little pictures that we see online. But I mean, I thought the booths did a fantastic job. Certain ones, of course, getting people like with little interactions. Like we were shooting basketballs for things. We were sumo wrestling, and we were just talking to all these different people. So that was pretty fun.
Okay, was the worst one when I slammed you on the mat on sumo?
I mean, I let you win for that, so
Yeah,
I can't really say it's my worst thing.
What was the worst thing for you?
The worst thing overall, I mean, we had a great experience overall. I mean, I personally think so. It was just the communication I thought was just a little bit weird, especially party-wise, just having to get to all these different places. But otherwise, I thought it was a fantastic experience overall.
Good deal. Good deal. I want to chime in on that. The worst thing for me was the music at the parties. It was like
yeah, that was bad.
It wasn't great, was it?
It was not fun at all. And I don't
Yeah.
think anyone wants to say that kind of stuff, but it's real. That music sucked. So those DJs need to get it together.
I mean,
Is it
there was like
because
there
they've
was
been
no
playing
one on
the
the dance
country
floor.
for you?
Yeah, I know. I'd rather
There's
do
no
some
country.
dancing than any of that stuff. It was like weird EDM, like
It was terrible.
it was
Yeah,
not
and
good.
there was
terrible.
no one on the dance floor, so it was just
Yeah, there was
like
no one on the
you
dance
see
floor.
all these people not being there, you think they would want to change something up.
It was bad. Werz. I got a question here from Gates. Are you into cryptocurrencies too, or just NFTs?
Just NFTs. I'm gradually learning. So your channel really helps me. And before I even interacted with you, I used to watch your channel about crypto and just NFTs at the minute. As I say, I don't want people to think that I'm this trader that's flying around the world, staying in luxury places because I'm making so much money. That's not it. I'm just a real big enthusiast into Cardano and NFTs. And so I've been going about probably 10 months. My journey has been, and I'm just growing and growing. And now I am starting to make, some money and just learn from everyone in the community.
Good. Yeah. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn more about NFTs, CNFTs in this particular case. I want to learn more how I can make money. And there's multiple ways to make money. You could buy and sell, which is trading. You could create these projects, or you can also play to earn. And that's why I wanted to bring on Cardopoly, Bobby, and Drex. And I want to ask for you guys' origin stories and all that kind of stuff. And then I want to get Werz's and Ethan's opinions on you guys. And let's just have this conversation about play to earn and games in the Cardano space. So maybe I'll start with Bobby. Bobby, could you give me a little bit of your one sentence, more than one sentence, right? Origin story about who you are and how you came into the NFT space.
Yeah, so my name is Bobby. I joined crypto just investing in Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit of XRP in 2020, April of 2020. And so I was pretty early, but not, obviously the earliest investor. I didn't find out about NFTs until close to August of 2021, so pretty late in the game. And so I started investing in some certain projects. One of them I invested pretty heavily in, and it turned out to be a rug. So I lost a bunch of money, and coincidentally, Drex was also invested in that project pretty heavily as well. So we both lost a lot of money. But through that project, we became friends. We got to know each other. We became brothers. And after that happened, we kind of, had a head shake and just said, listen, like, this can't be what Cardano NFTs are all about. Like, this was like our first major investment. We're both kind of like, a little sour about it. Like, what do we do? Do we go and invest in another project, or, do we put our heads together and do something cool for the space and make sure it's something fun for the communities, and most importantly, give back to everyone that was, involved in that previous rug, but also to communities that are out there now. So it just so happened, Drex is a world-renowned developer. It's not every day you get rugged with one of these guys. So
you're too kind, Bobby. You're too kind.
I was very fucking lucky to meet this guy. And, we came up with a really cool project together, and so began our journey. But I did start off as an investor. I still am an investor. I hold many other projects on Cardano. I hold a couple on Ethereum, but for the most part, I'm pretty heavily invested in Cardano, and I believe in what the chain's doing.
Good deal. So yeah, you started off as an investor with crypto first, and then you moved into NFTs in about April 20, a little more than a year ago, and you got rugged, and now you're here creating a non-rugged game. Drex, maybe you could fill me in on your kind of origin story into NFTs, and then backed up into Cardopoly.
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of like Bobby said, we got rugged together, and we really just wanted to turn it into a positive. So Bobby's really into Monopoly. I love Monopoly. Who doesn't? So we wanted to create a game that was inspired by Monopoly, and we wanted to allow people to actually play with their NFTs on the board with people from all around the world in real time. That was really our goal. When I came into this, I was no expert in Cardano development. So in order to do the mint, in order to actually do some of the ownership tracking that we would need to run the game, and even run our Discord and give out roles and stuff in Discord, I had a lot to learn. We started this last February. We started last December, actually, or the prior December. Minted in February. Sold out, I think, early March or so, something like that. And we got to work on the game right away. And I think we had a lot of skeptics out there. I think they were like, are they really going to deliver this game? And we did. We delivered it. We had our first game, Bobby? Like 2 months ago was our first game. Is that right?
At the end of June, yeah.
Yeah. So we're really, really proud of it. I mean, there was a lot of technical work that went into this, not only just from the blockchain side, but just traditional UX, UI design, front-end development, back-end development, et cetera. And people are playing right now live, and it's just really, really cool to have seen that come together, and really appreciate everybody from the community who's in there or who's in the game, but is also in this stream.
Awesome. Cool. So you're saying you started playing a couple 2 months ago, but minted in February. One thing that is always problematic to me is that a lot of these projects promise a game, don't deliver, totally abandon. And so I'm glad to see that there's a game actually playing. That's how I found out, was when I saw Tommy from Freedom 35, shout out to that channel. He won a game, and I was like, what are you playing here? And so I just messaged you guys to see if you guys would be on. I'm acknowledging the chat here, knowing that you've got some community members who are first time here. So I want to take a minute to introduce myself. My name is Aaron. I have been in crypto since March of last year. Lazy T from Freedom 35 actually got me onto crypto buying SafeMoon. I made money off of SafeMoon, about $10,000. And then I had a journey documenting my journey into crypto. Making a Bitcoin was my goal, and I did that in 4 months. I hit a couple moonshots, which were good, but this was all in a bull market, so I'm not like an excellent trader. It was just bull market, so Shiba Inu, SafeMoon, BNB Pay, even stuff like Flocky Inu and Shark Tank and stuff like that. I was making money hand over fist. So when 919 asked, hey, did any of us make over 40K from NFTs and crypto? I have not made any 40K in NFTs, but I have made well over 6 figures in crypto. I've lost it all since then because I was on a boating accident, and so all my Bitcoin is gone. However, I still contain some of that experience. But yeah, that's what I'm at. Crypto Warden. I'm not going to speak for you, but just in a quick synopsis, this man went from zero to a portfolio of about $7,000 in ADA and NFTs. And so obviously it's still in ADA and NFTs, but it's his portfolio. And that only happened within the last 3 months or so? 6 months?
Yeah, right around
yeah,
there,
less than that. Probably like 5 months or so. So for any of us who are new to us, that's kind of like who we are. So I want to take time to make those introductions. I want to kick it back to Werz. Werz, Neo asked this: when did you start your journey? I'm guessing from traveling, and then maybe
crypto as well. Yeah, I started in November. So just under a year ago, I started my travels, and then it was about December that I got into crypto first. I was putting money into Bitcoin, stuff like that, and then the market crashed, like basically, and I was just like, oh shit, I just put this money in and I've lost half of it. So that wasn't the best start, but then I just started finding NFTs, and yeah, I've flipped. I wouldn't say I've definitely not made 40 grand, but I would say I've probably invested about $2,000, and my portfolio is probably about $7,000. So I'm not, you know, I'm up, but
yeah,
I'm learning.
big up.
I'm learning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm selling too soon. That's something that I'm finding out. I keep selling like well too soon, and then it really pumps and goes really high. So I think I need to learn that you need to wait a little bit longer sometimes. You know, don't just see that quick 1x and think, oh, I've doubled my money. Like,
yeah.
So that was one thing that I found. I think I could have been a lot more if I would have done that, but we all learned, didn't we? That's why we're here.
But actually, with NFTs, it's harder because you're selling one NFT. With coins, you could sell portions of it easier. So I could sell 20% and then let the ponies ride a little bit and then sell another 50% or whatever. So NFTs, if you have multiple NFTs, you could do that same thing. If you just have one, you're not doing much of that. It's selling baseball cards. I want to take it back to Cardopoly though. In like a sentence, maybe Bobby or Drex, in a sentence or two, what is Cardopoly, and is it play to earn?
Yeah, so I can take that. We are a blockchain gaming project on Cardano, and it is a play to earn game where up to 750 players can compete in real time using NFTs as game pieces, and they can win a community funded prize pot that are funded from dice roll purchases and in-game purchases. But it's free to play. Everyone starts with a certain amount of free dice rolls, but it is a play to earn in that as you play the game, they're 5-day games. At the end of the game, if you land top 25 on our leaderboard, you win an automatic distribution of ADA, depending on the position you finish in that top 25.
Okay, so it's a board game like Monopoly, where a lot of people can, like 700 people can play. And you go around the board, you like buy property, and then if you land on other people's property, you pay them?
Yeah, so it's a 1,000 property board game. So this is not like the traditional board game. It's inspired from it. But this is, I grew up playing that game as a kid. And when I was thinking with Drex back in December, like, what can we do that's cool for the blockchain that's never been done before? This popped into my head one night when I was sleeping. And I brought it back to the boys and I said, can we do this? Can we make this game? How do we make it competitive? How do we make it fun for like more than 6 people? And we kind of built and drafted off that idea. So it's a 1,000 property board. It's huge. 75 rolls can get you around the board probably once, maybe once and a half. But like the traditional board game, we have these cards where every 5 properties, if you land on them, they give you different options. So they could either give you Cardopoly dollars, they could take Cardopoly dollars away, or they can move you around the property like 400 spaces. So as you'll see, people are moving around left, right, and center. It's all in real time. It's not turn-based. It's super fun to watch, even if you're not playing. And if you're not rolling, you can sit back and watch people going flying around the board. So it's a very competitive game, but it's also non-turn based, and it works well globally. We've really dialed in the mechanics.
Good deal. So yeah, so you're given rolls, and then you roll like dice, and you roll across the board, and if you run out of rolls, you have to pay some ADA for more rolls, and then like the person with the most,
Cardopoly dollars.
Okay,
Yeah,
Cardopoly dollars.
Yeah, so we have an in-game currency that's like the fun money, and it's not transferable. You can't trade it on JPEG Store. It only lives within the game. Every single person starts with 10,000 Cardopoly dollars and 75 free dice rolls. And so you're tracked on the leaderboard by how many Cardopoly dollars you have. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most Cardopoly dollars or finishes in the top 25 gets paid out in ADA, which is funded by dice roll purchases. So you start with 75. Once you run out of 75, you can either stop and just see how you do for the week. We call that the lazy landlord. So you don't need to pay to win. Or you can purchase an extra 75 dice rolls for 5 ADA or 200 dice rolls for 10 ADA. And you can do that indefinitely. So as many times as you want throughout the game week. But the dice rolls are not transferable either, game to game. So it's really a game of strategy in that, you want to get enough dice rolls to, make yourself happy. And you can't buy Cardopoly dollars. So it's all how you play, and it's all luck on the board.
Okay. Gates asked this interesting question, but if you have to pay to earn, isn't that like gambling? Any response?
Yeah, I'll jump in on this one. So kind of the beauty of our project is our season 1 pieces are your ticket onto the board. And like Bobby said, you don't have to buy dice rolls. You could do really well with your 75 free dice rolls that you get by just owning a game piece, and just sit there and see how you do, like Bobby said. If you do want to play hard and you really, really want to go for that number 1 spot, you most likely will have to buy more dice rolls. And there's an argument to be made that there's a sort of an element there of a game of chance. However, if you have a piece, you can absolutely play without spending a single dime beyond just the piece.
Yeah, let me just give this example. So last game we had people join, and you don't have to start right at the beginning. They're 5-day games. So we had players join on the Wednesday, game ends on a Thursday, and they used their 75 free dice rolls, and they came in the top 10, and they stopped and they got a prize from that. So I wouldn't consider it pay to win. It's more of a play to earn.
Okay. So like a carnival game, like you keep playing and
it's very much luck. It's very much luck. The community landing zone cards, like kind of like your chance or community chest, are pretty heavily weighted in the positive direction. And then there's also what typically would be called like a free parking in the traditional game. It's called Stash House in Cardopoly. If you land on that, you get 20% of the pot there. And it's a pretty heavy hitter if you land on that. So that's a game changer. So there's a lot of luck involved, but it's also a bit of strategy.
And I think you answered this. Can you win with 75 potentially? You've seen people hit top 10, but
exactly. Like it depends on the game. Every game. So we've only had 5 live games so far. We did a lot of beta testing before, but theoretically yes, but we haven't seen someone win with their starting dice rolls joining on like the last day of the game yet.
This is the game here.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna I have 45 dice rolls here, right? This is 74 dice rolls rather, right?
Yep. Yeah. So you start with 75 free.
Yeah.
What we've done is we've capped it at 50 dice rolls every 4 hours, and we really worked that dynamic in so that not a certain time zone, like Werz on the other side of the world right now, may be sleeping while us in North America are playing. So we wanted to make sure that a certain time zone couldn't get further ahead than any other time zone. So we cap it at 50 rolls per 4 hours. Every 4 hours it resets and you're allowed to roll another 50. And what that does is it keeps it competitive so that not someone can rush around and buy properties, and buy up the board. The other thing we did was cap the amount of properties you could own per zone. So right now you're in zone 1 of 8. You can own 3 properties, which is max per that zone.
Oh crap!
And if you own max, you get double the rent in that zone. So now that you own all 3 in the red, if someone lands on one of your properties, you get paid double the rent.
That's right. Okay, so I'm playing right now, and my piece is playing in real time right now.
Yep.
And this is my bankroll right here, and so I basically, if I run out, I'm out. Is that what that is?
So your bankroll is how you're tracked on the leaderboard. So it's the leaderboard position is a accumulation of your bankroll plus your properties owned. So if you buy a property, it's automatically worth 50% less of what you paid for it. So that's calculated into your leaderboard rank so that you don't have to sell properties back to the bank. It's already included. So the idea is you would keep the properties, you roll around, you collect rent, you collect some winnings from the Cardopoly community landing zone cards, and you also can land on Stash House, which is a big way to win there. But you can see people moving around the board right now in real time, which is really cool to watch.
Yeah, I'm over here at the right side here.
Just a quick note also, if you hover over where it shows your own properties, if you hover over the red or the blue, or you click on it, it will highlight, lower right. If you hover over that little red square or the blue square, it'll show you those properties. And if you click on it, they'll stay up and you could go up there and sell them if you needed more Cardopoly dollars.
I'm not selling nothing, baby. All right, so as I keep playing here, see that bronze seaplane and the green moving? Watch out for that guy. Okay, so let me kick it back to Werz and Warden here. What do you guys think about the game? And be brutal, okay? I want you to be honest. And then we could go talk about like what is the NFT, like the gaming space in Cardano look like? Like, is it? Do you think it's a good time to buy into a gaming project? Yeah, tell me your first thoughts of this game.
Go ahead, Werz. You got it first.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I've always liked it. I've never played it, and it's probably not the sort of thing that I will play because I'm not a gamer, but I know a lot of people do like this sort of stuff. And I like the way when Bobby was saying that, am I at a disadvantage because I'm in the UK and other people are in the US, but you're not. So I really like that about it. I like how quick-paced it is. It's not slow. If I play Monopoly in real life, or a board game, sorry, I don't want to say Monopoly, but if I play a board game in real life, sometimes it can be slow and boring. This isn't, which I really like, and I do think there's a big market for it. So I like it, but personally, I don't play it because I don't play games like that. But I like the idea, and I think as the blockchain grows and as more people see Cardano, I think people like gaming like that, and to interact with people. There's chats that you can speak to people, so I can see it growing 100%.
Gotcha. How about you, Warden?
I mean, Werz is just speaking my language tonight because I'm agreeing with him on almost every single point. I mean, just the only thing I do disagree with him at is that I'm a gamer myself. And so this would be a game that I could totally see myself getting into because, I mean, you guys have done an incredible job just making sure that people don't get bored within the first couple hours of playing it, because you do have that cap to where these people aren't going to buy up all the properties just right at the beginning and then mess with everyone else to have them lose all their money.
Okay. I'm looking here at the floor price of pieces. So do you have to own a piece?
Yeah, so your ticket to play every game week is to own a Cardopoly game piece. One thing we're doing now to give back to the community and some of the projects that we partnered with at the very beginning, you'll notice on our game board, you'll see Cardano Lounge, Ugly Bros, Benjamin Group Stash House, Gingerbread Squad. So one of the things we're doing right now to help grow some exposure for us, but also to give back to these communities, is we're having multi-policy ID game battles. So right now we're in the middle of our Benjamin Group game. You'll notice that not only are there Cardopoly pieces on the board, there's Benjamin Group NFTs on the board as well. So we're able to import other policy IDs for a kind of one-time try it before you buy it experience. And what that's doing is it's letting all these new people try the game if they own another project NFT and try the game out. But go forward, if you want to play the game every week that we host a game, you have to own a Cardopoly game piece.
Oh, that's cool. That we could try it before we actually buy something. That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool what we can do. So Benjamin Group is this week. We got some big projects coming up the next couple of weeks, who I'm sure you can guess from denominations on who we've done gingerbread. So you can guess the other two projects we're going to do next. But we've already have talks with projects leading all the way through to December that we're going to do collaborations with. And we can actually hold up to 5 policies in one game. So we're going to do a little Christmas special, which I'm very excited about.
That sounds cool.
We're looking to cap out the game at 750 players and see what this can really handle. We're very excited about it.
Yeah,
So
and where the 750 comes from is we have a 750 supply. So there are 750 season 1 pieces. We always envisioned that we'd get 750 players on the board, but really like that number that's the beginning. Someday we're going to have multiple games running. We're going to have much bigger player counts on the board, and of course, the more players we have on the board, the higher that prize pool is going to get.
So basically, you're working to build a player base out, because the more players playing, the more money that's going through the ecosystem, the more cash results, more games playing, all of that.
That's right. Yeah, our long-term vision is that we want to have multiple boards running at once, almost like a Call of Duty lobby, where you can have select your lobby. This is your game for the week. If you own multiple pieces, you could have there's people that are playing poker that play different tables all at once on online poker, right? So if you have different game pieces, you could play different tables all at one time. And we also want to have a high roller board with a very small amount of people, but higher buy-ins, and have a high roller table going as well. So long term, we're looking at different lobbies, multiple boards running at once. But you're right. For now, it's about dialing in mechanics, which I feel like we have, and now growing exposure.
Okay, good deal. All right, so let me just zoom out of a bigger ethic. I know you guys are working towards like multiple games, multiple lobbies, all that kind of stuff. Look, well, first of all, is owning a particular piece beneficial? Are there any benefits to having a particular NFT?
Yeah, go ahead, Drex.
There is, not in game. So in game, all pieces are equal, right? So nobody has an advantage in game depending on the piece they own. But we do offer out of game utility on our legendary pieces, bronze pieces, silver pieces, and gold pieces. We're going to be giving away a bronze piece today in stream. Those give you a percentage of our royalty revenue. And we usually do snapshots once the wallet hits 2,000 ADA. Typically, that's what we've been doing, and we distribute it out on a percentage basis, which you can check out in our Discord if you're interested in the distributions. But that's our out-of-game utility there.
Okay, so you get distributions for holding an NFT and different levels, I'm guessing.
So there's 20. There's 20. There's 5 legendaries, which are one-of-ones, and then there's 15 one-of-one diamond pieces. So the legendary and diamonds, there's 20 pieces. They get a percent royalty share of our secondary market sales, which we've already paid out 3 distributions since we've started. We've done almost 50,000 ADA in secondary market sales to date. So we've paid out 40% of that to the community. Bronze, silver, and gold pieces have the ability to participate in a quarterly raffle for ADA, where we give out to those particular holders. And then every game piece holder outside of the game gets entered into monthly and weekly whitelist raffles, giveaways from other projects that we get from our partnerships that we meet along the way. So there's quite a bit of out of game utility, but within the game, as Drex mentioned, every piece is equal. There's no pay to win kind of piece. No matter if you have the rarest piece or the least rare piece, everything's equal.
Okay, so I think I've got the full scope of everything here. So basically, out of game utility is like the reflections, or rather distributions and raffles and all that stuff, and different levels at different. No problem, I get it.
Yep. Here's
the bigger ethic, guys. Is this a time to be investing in game-based NFTs? Werz and Warden, I want to hear from you, because obviously Bobby and Drex are going to say yes, but I want to hear them and give me why the yes. And mainly for the chat, we're in a bear market right now. I think no matter what kind of measurement, I think the basic measurement of 2 quarters of negative GDP growth is that, or lower GDP growth. Should we be investing in game assets, NFT games, especially games on Cardano, which, I mean, just by all counts, are smaller, especially like there are big games that are on Ethereum, then there are smaller, these like Cardopoly, and there's a whole bunch of them. What do you guys think? I'm going to kick it over to Ethan and Werz first.
Well, I mean, there's just a lot of unknown personally to me within all these games in general on the market. And so, I mean, just my kind of thought process. I've believed in just buying into possibly one, maybe two that you believe in, just because of the fact that you don't really know what's going to happen with them in the future. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about doing your own research and picking a project that you truly believe in for the future.
All right. Werz, what about you?
I liked what Mark said. Bear market is for buying. I like it. It's really hard at the minute because projects aren't. Yeah, I really like that comment because that is right. Bear market is for buying. At the minute, it's so hard out there for the smaller projects, which Cardopoly are one of them. Do you know what I mean? You are a smaller project at the moment, but as long as you keep building and you show people that you're building, people don't mind. Do you know what I mean? People will follow you. Your community will stay with you. And as long as you're out here, which I know you guys are, so everyone knows about you. So if you keep building and keep going for it, your time will come. At the minute, it's hard. You know, me personally, I'm only buying blue chips. I'm only buying the top 3 projects. I flip everything else to try and buy the top 3 projects. That's how I work at the minute. So that's just my personal opinion, but we love, as NFT flippers, traders and stuff like that, we love projects that keep building, and you're definitely one of these. So keep pushing, keep going out there, and I have no doubt when the bull market comes that your time will come, because it's a good idea and people like it.
Yeah, I think for me, I mostly agree with Werz there as far as the trading strategy. I want to buy the blue chips, but I've also allocated like a portion of my total portfolio into CNFTs, and of that small portion, I'm allowing like 80% to go to blue chips, and then 20% to like experiment, like Cardopoly, experiment like any of these other things that I want to just experiment and try. One thing that's very interesting to me is play to earn, because I feel like this is going to be an extended bear market. We're not going to be able, in my opinion, we're not going to be able to trade as freely as we could have in a bear market to try to make some moves. Maybe in ADA, I don't know. I'm still learning about that. But I think a safer route for a lot more people is to play to earn. And so that's where I probably differ from Werz a little bit there. And even Warden, like I section off 20 to just experiment. I just want to try it. I just want to play it and see what happens. Bobby and Drex, what are your responses to like all 3 of our thoughts here?
Yeah, honestly, first of all, thank you, Werz. That was really nice of you to say. I agree with you guys. I told you guys I was an investor first and foremost. I invest most of my income and my family's income into the stock market. Not doing great right now, by the way, but that's where a lot of our income is. I invest a portion of my portfolio into crypto, a portion of that into NFTs, and then, like you said, Aaron, a portion of that into flyers of NFTs. So I do hold clays, I hold old money, I hold some projects that I have a lot of conviction in, but I do take flyers. The nice thing about this, our particular project, is you only need to own 1 game piece. There's no advantage to owning multiple because you can only use 1 per game per week. You can't log in with 10 game pieces. It's 1 per Discord per wallet. So it's in my opinion, it's a very small investment. A lot of our members have already made back between the raffles out of Discord and in game. They've already made back their investment on the pieces. And let's be honest, there's not a lot of gaming projects on Cardano that have a working game right now. That was one of our biggest beliefs, was to get something out there, get it playable, and prove to the ecosystem and to the project, community members that this is possible. They don't have to wait 10 years for a game to be, super, Unreal Engine 5 game on Cardano. They don't have to wait 10 years for their investment ROI. They can play it right away.
What's good, Bob. That's what's good, because you're doing it now. It's there and then. You ain't saying invest this money and we'll do something in the future. People can play your game now, which is really cool.
Yeah, and do we have visions to turn this into like an Unreal 5 engine, super sexy UX, UI? Yeah, we do. But with the budget on 750 game pieces when we minted, we wanted to come out with something awesome that's fun, competitive, enjoyable, that can be repeatable experience for people. And we feel we've delivered that. So we're very excited about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like that it's exciting and repeatable. I like that it's easy and it's fun. I think I didn't want to cut off anyone. I think Werz and then Drex. I think that's what you said.
So Drex, you go first, and then I've just got a couple of questions for the team, if that's okay.
Absolutely, yeah. So I was just going to throw in just a couple things here. So when we set out to do this, yes, like we absolutely wanted to we wanted to have a realistic plan to deliver something really cool, right? It's not Unreal Engine, but it's pretty cool for the web. And like Bobby said, it's repeatable, it's fun. We've got some really interesting technology under the hood, though, that we're going to be doing more and more with over time. When you win a game of Cardopoly, for example, we don't just send you your winnings to your wallet. We have a platform internally that allows us to set up distributions to the winners in an automated way. And Aaron, just like you saw on the homepage where it showed you the piece that you owned and you clicked on it to join the game, if you're a winner or you're eligible to redeem any kind of our giveaways, right now our NFT giveaways are outside the system, but it's coming to this system. You will see a little square on the home screen that'll say, hey, you can redeem 120 ADA. You click that, you redeem it right away. So we're working on a lot of gaming stuff, but we're also really working on how to engage users on Cardano, specifically how to engage large communities on the Cardano network in new ways, more user-friendly ways. So while we're absolutely focused on providing utility and a fun experience, we're also really, really focused on driving forward blockchain technology, specifically within the Cardano ecosystem.
Okay, good deal. So yeah, you want to, I'm excited to see more development on the game. I'm looking at the game right now, and while it looks, to me, it looks good, but it looks basic. And I think there's a lot of room to it seems like cluttered to me. However, the game is actually pretty fun. I've been playing it while you guys were talking, and it's a little addicting, honestly. And I'm trying to gauge the gamer in me. My mind is trying to work here and trying to play the game. So I'm excited to see future development is what I'm trying to say. I want to see future growth. I like the game already. I want to see more future growth into it, and it's pretty addicting as well.
Let's cut back on some of that clutter, Aaron. Why don't you click that red square again in the bottom right, so at least some of your own properties go away. But yes, I totally agree. I'm very much a perfectionist of design, right? And really, if you think about it, when you try to fit 1,000 properties on a screen, it's a super interesting problem to try to solve. This is you can look at this as this is our first pass at doing this. And back to Bobby's kind of first one sentence, 2-paragraph description of what we do. This is implementation A. Yeah. There is definitely more to come.
Yeah, and I don't mind giving it okay, this is an indie game and all that stuff. I do have a little bit of a skew personally, because whenever I talk about whenever people come out with metaverses or whatever, it looks totally cheesy and hokey. But I have a proper place for Cardopoly, and so I'm looking forward to some more development. I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking at a critiqueful investor eye. Don't hear me dunking on you guys, because I actually enjoy it.
No, of course not. It's we've heard it before.
Dude, we're brutal. We're brutal ourselves.
I think we're our own worst critics when it comes to the board in the game. Like Drex said, that visual space problem of getting 1,000 properties on one screen was a tough nut to crack. And we feel that line version, when you look at the line, every 5 properties, there's a community landing zone card. So that's what the little dashes are within the board. Okay. And and if you hover over a certain spot on the line, the property will pop out. So that was our solution to a mass board game.
Yeah, I like that actually.
We feel we solved, but I agree with you. There's a lot of UX improvements that we could probably make, UI, I guess. But
think about what you're playing now is a really high fidelity wireframe, right?
Yeah.
This is our sketch.
Yeah. That sounds good, and especially it's an indie game. So I honestly really do enjoy it. I got a question from I think Gates here. What are your top 3 projects? Of course, Cardopoly is number 1 for all of us. However, with that is off the table here. So I want to take this to everybody. Warden, then Werz, then Bobby, then Drex. Okay, in that order. What are your top 3 projects right now that you guys are looking at? No market cap involved, or whatever we call it in CNFTs, no mass volume, just whatever your favorite top 3 projects.
Well, personally, my big top two, I say, is Yummy Universe and Old Money for me. And then my third one's kind of going in a little bit of transition, only because I saw a mallard run this past week, so I sold a lot of my mallards. But I'm still a big fan of mallards, so for now, I'll keep them as my three.
Good deal. Werz, how about you?
I'm Clays, Ape Society, and then my dark horse, which I feel after spending a lot of time with the founder this weekend and really getting to know him, is Aidenauts. So the top two are blue chips, obviously, two of the biggest, but then my third is Aidenauts. I'm a big fan.
Like the Clays, huh? Good deal. Bobby, how about yourself?
Okay, I agree with the other guys. I picked one project from both of them that they said. So I'm invested in Clays. I only own a bit of Clay token, one main Clay OG, and a plot of land. So, but I mean, the value of them, it means I'm pretty heavily invested now. I'm invested pretty heavily in Old Money. I love what those guys are doing. Big fan of the tech under their hood. Drex and I have a call with their developer in a couple of weeks. So we got some things cooking. And the third project is a local friend of mine, Ugly Bros. Serge is out there hustling. He's crushing it. Love the guy, and I love his unique art on the space. So shout out to Ugly Bros.
Good deal. How about you, Drex?
I really like Universe 25 a lot, just from their visual art style. As far as the project I've done the best on, Ghost Chain, I did really well on that project. I minted several of those and sold them at a very, very nice price. And Ugly Bros, got to give Ugly Bros a shout. I mean, their art is really, really unique, and their team is absolutely incredible.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, myself, number one for me is Clay by far and away. And two, two is Old Money. And then three would be between Yummy and Mallard Order. And I'm like right there. I think it's probably Yummy. It's probably Yummy because they're further along. And so I like to see the staking. And of course, those are subject to change by the market. But as we're talking about projects and market right now, the number one project that is on this stream is Cardopoly. So we are going to play a game of our own. Okay. And I don't know if you guys have played this game before, but it's a schoolyard game called Hangman. Okay. And so I'm going to draw a little guy here, and I'm going to draw the Monopoly guy. I know it's not Monopoly, but
let's see it.
How I came to it. Okay. And this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letter word here. And here's how we're going to play. If you guys are new, we're going to go in order from Ethan, Bobby, Werz, Drex, and you're going to guess letters. Okay. And the chat, I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat. Okay. As best as I can. Everyone knows I mess up on these things all the time because it's hard. Okay. Because I'm balancing too many things. But the first person to guess the word correctly in the chat will get it. Now, if you guys guess it correctly, you guys can pick who wins the prize. And this prize is brought to you guys by Cardopoly. They didn't. This is not like a paid sponsorship or anything. I just asked them off the cuff. Hey, do you think? And this was maybe like an hour or two before. Hey, do you guys have a giveaway or something to do? And they are generously giving away a bronze horse in honor of the Cowboys. And that is that's subject to one of those things where it's like the distributions, and it's worth and valued at 200 ADA. Okay,
Bronze
so
Dragon.
Oh yeah, sorry, the Bronze Dragon. Sorry, the Bronze Dragon. I'm the horse.
You own the horse, yeah.
Still in honor of House Targaryen. Okay, so
that's right.
And we're gonna be slashing faces off right now with this next game. Crypto Warden, you are up first.
Before we take a nice little start chat, I would love for you guys to know that Aaron is not an artist. He usually butchers these pictures so bad. So if his Mr. Monopoly Man isn't the greatest, it's okay because we push along.
Maybe I should put like a dragon on there. I could draw a dragon. Let me draw a dragon.
Whatever you feel comfortable with, Aaron.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, we want to see something that looks semi like a dragon.
He done an Aidenauts a couple of weeks ago, and I was looking at it, and I
drew it. That thing almost got me banned, dude.
You butchered it, bro. You butchered it
so bad. Yep. All right. Well, let's start us off strong. I'm going to go with the first letter of the alphabet. We're going to go with an A.
A. You're right. You saved it. That's good.
Oh no. Let's go with O.
Oh no, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh my god, what is that?
That's my head. That's the head, dude.
I thought that was an eyeball. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna go for an eye.
And I believe you are right. Go ahead, Drex.
Let's go with a G.
G. Are you wrong?
No.
Womp womp.
Is there any clues? Like, what is the word? Is it to do with
No, I'll give you a
CNFT?
clue
Is
if it
to
gets
do-
later, but there's no
Oh,
clues.
okay. Just anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a Y.
Why? Why are you so wrong? Why are you so wrong?
Oh man, what the hell? Okay, let's go with a C.
Looks like a slug. What do we do?
Let's go with a C, Aaron.
A C. C, you got it wrong.
Oh.
Chat, give him
Man,
some
that's a
give him
good
some
guess.
letters to ask.
Yeah, give us some letters, chat. Yeah, I can only apologise to anyone watching this for Aaron's real bad drawing. We'll try and change it up. I'm going to go with
Okay.
a P.
A P. P, that's poor. P for poor.
Okay.
Right there.
All right, Mark, don't fail me. An R.
R is correct.
Boom.
Oh, Mark.
Mark did not fail you there.
That's a beautiful R, Aaron. So we're gonna have to go with the second letter in the chat. It's gonna be an S.
An S, sucker. S for sucker. That's what that is.
Oh my God. Any help here? Guys? How about a C? Did we guess C yet?
Yeah, C's up there.
C's up there.
Okay. How about a B?
Boom! Green fingers with the Matrix.
Matrix.
Good job.
Nice.
Well played.
Love
Nice.
that film.
I was
Love
way
that
off.
film.
Yeah. Would not
This
have
was
gotten
my dragon right here, guys.
I was
Yeah,
wondering
that's
how
awesome.
many pieces to this dragon there would be.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it was,
With the upside
That's the
down
dragon
face.
right there, guys. That's the dragon. All right, Green Fingers, a regular winner of this channel. I don't think anyone else. I'm so bad. I was trying to keep track of the thing, but
No, no one else said it.
Matrix with Green Fingers. GF. Good job, Green Fingers. Congratulations. That looks like a dragon. Thank you. God,
Absolutely. That's pretty
Pretty
good.
legit.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
look at that. That's good. All right, so you Green Fingers are the winner of a particular NFT. I don't have the NFT, so I'm gonna rely on Bobby or Drex to just get with Green Fingers.
Yeah, if you can grab his wallet, his Cardano wallet, we'll send it to him.
Yeah.
Or he's free to join Discord. Hit us up, DM us. We'll get it to him.
Hey, do that, Green Fingers. That's how we'll do it. So join their Discord, just because if you're going to own this NFT, you might as well be part of the Discord and stuff like that. And let's start playing and land on my property. So
Yeah, man, you'll be able to get in right away as soon as you have your piece. You link on the website, you'll be able to play
you
this
can
game.
join Game 5.
Good deal. All right, guys. I want to know what your guys' thoughts on the evolution of utility on the Cardano blockchain. And when I say that, I really do mean like, how is it going to be utilized primarily? Right now, I think I read something that 40% of the traffic on Cardano is done by NFTs, but NFTs can itself have a lot of different utility. Are we looking at games? Are we looking at DeFi? There's not even a stable coin on Cardano. And what is Charles Hoskinson so questioned? Like, why did he come? I know why he came. He came because there was a partnership between Shelby and Ventura. I don't forget what it's called. Huh?
Virtua, yeah.
Virtua, that's right. Virtua. That's why he came. But that was like a metaverse project. Like, so where are we going as far as Cardano blockchain goes? And because if we know where we're going, we want to know where we're going to push our money towards and the different industries there. So this one's free reign, guys. What do you guys think?
It's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Werz, take it. Take it, Werz.
I like the DeFi play. It's just at the minute I see utility is when you're staking and and you get in their native token, and then you can either farm it and stuff like that. So that's the biggest utility for me that I can see, and that's heavily why I'm in them projects like Ape Society, because them three founders are just DeFi. That's what they're about, and that's their tokenomics and everything about it is DeFi. So
is that DeFi?
for me? Pardon?
Is that DeFi?
They're from a DeFi background,
Okay.
like the founders and stuff. So I think that's one of the biggest utilities we've got at the minute.
Yeah, I think that the biggest utility in blockchain ever, you know, is decentralized finance. So I think you're right about that.
But I said with the NFTs and with the coins and with the tokens and with the and stuff like that, I just think that that's the way to go, and that's the way that the big projects are going. The Yummies, the Clays, and the Apes. You know, they're the three biggest coins. You know, we've sort of got within Cardano. I think personally.
Do you think that we're going to get there, Cardano, on the backs of Yummy and Ape Society, or are we going to get there on like Meld?
Well, probably, but as we go further along, it's probably going to be like that. But as just to see, it's different. Obviously, you're more into the coin side of crypto, whereas I'm just coming from a pure NFT side of them coins. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha. Gates has a question here. How many apes have you got in frame, Werz?
I got two in frames. Actually got another one a couple of days ago. Spent a bit of ADA, but yeah, no, I got two, and yeah, getting some good income. You
bought 2 days ago?
I was gonna ask, is there a certain reason why you decided to buy a couple of days ago?
On the hype?
No. It's sorry, not two. It was before CNFT con. So what was that? 6-7 days ago. It's before it went up. It was at 3.5. I got one at. I bought my first one for 1,500 and my second one at 3.5, and they're at 5, just over 5 now.
That's good. Good.
So yeah, I've got them staked to level twos.
Good deal.
But obviously, the coin is quite expensive at the minute because of the hype. So I wasn't going to buy any more coin to buy the frame. So I'm just going to earn it.
Are you going to sell?
I don't think so. I think I can really see them being a big, you know, a big part of Cardano and going to be number one or getting there. So I'm going to hold. But now I've got two, it makes it a lot easier for me to take some good profits.
And you're taking your own. You're taking your own advice, Werz. At the very beginning of the show, you said I sell to click. So like you're already learning.
Yeah.
If it goes to 10K, you know, in a year or whenever, then I can take some profits. It's paid for all my other ones. I've got a bit of profit, and I'm still sitting on one. So take
another year off, and go travel other parts of the world. I like to sell quickly. So depending on small projects, but I have more power to you with that. How about you guys with Bobby, Drex, and Warden? What do you guys think about where do you think the Cardano space specifically is going, should be going, all that kind of stuff?
It's really interesting. Like, you know, I don't know how long, I guess you've been around since close to the beginning of the CNFT space, but it started off right as art. Okay. Art was your utility. You bought because you like the art. And then how fast has this fucking space moved, right? Yeah. Then people are demanding utility. Okay, what's utility? Okay, well, metaverse. Metaverse is the next utility. Everyone's doing a metaverse. Okay, great. What's after that? Oh, no, there's no metaverses being built right now. What can we invest in? Oh, you know,
DAOs. DAOs are the big one.
So DAOs. Oh, okay. Wait, the DAOs aren't paying off. What can we invest in now? Oh, coins. We can do staking. Drex and I are huge fans of liquid staking, which is basically a non-custodial staking. We really love that idea. He can speak a bit on that as well. But if you're locking assets in a smart contract to pump a fake floor, that, in my opinion, is not a healthy way to drive a project. So what Clays is doing, Ape Society, very, very smart. Liquid staking, not controlling their floor price, but letting the investors decide and earn passive income throughout many, many platforms. So that's kind of the meta right now is staking, right? And then games, obviously there's games like us that are coming on board. But what's next? And I think, you know, when you zoom out of the whole Cardano NFT space, there's some really cool projects out there. I don't know if you've heard of Empower, but basically they're buying properties in Africa, and they have a coin where you can invest and earn rent from your token in the DeFi space off of the rent that's being earned from the properties in Africa. So they're actually solving a real world problem. What World Mobile Token's doing, providing internet. So these are the big picture things that Cardano is going to solve. The Cardano NFT space is a very microcosm where there's going to be a lot of cool ideas that blow up from this. But right now it seems to be like jumping from the it thing to the it thing right now. And now it seems to be staking tokens. And what comes next, we're not too sure. Hopefully it's gaming.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's an accurate assessment of this, right? It's like it seems like very hype centered. You're going from one thing to another, and like when apes started staking, I was like, we've seen this before already. I mean, so and it's just coming to Cardano. So hopefully, I'm excited about gaming. I'm excited to see that. How about you, Drex, Warden? What you guys think?
Yeah, but I think like fractional ownership, renting NFTs, temporarily leasing NFTs, things like that. One of the things we do is our game pieces are totally portable. So if you rack up some points in game, let's say you're number one, you can actually go ahead and list your piece. And whoever picks up that piece owns it. They're going to be able to pick up right where you left off. And if you're going to win, they're going to be able to claim that prize. So cool. I think like some of the ways, like, you guys are kind of talking about like farming, some of the utility. Really, like we're really focused on how we can create value and utility for the community. And definitely one of those ways is by adding value to the pieces in the context of the game, right? So if you've got 200 ADA to claim on a piece, now the piece was worth 200 ADA before, what's it worth now? I mean, it's an interesting question. I think too, as community leaders, developers, et cetera, we can really drive value across the entire ecosystem of Cardano, particularly NFTs, if we can get communities to do more and more collabs. I really view like the floor price of any Cardano NFT as indicative of the current value of the community, right? What is it worth to you to be a part of some of these communities? And we can really compound that value when we do collabs. So we see stuff like the Cardopoly game being inside of these metaverses that other people are creating, and doing all these collab games like Bobby talked about. So I think like as kind of creators, we have the ability to really drive a lot of this utility and a lot of these returns for community members.
So you're looking to collab with other projects in different ways, like Cardopoly could be in a metaverse, or you guys can have those sponsored, like the prison and the stash house and that stuff.
Yeah, and we can feed off each other's communities, right? And really, like instead of just being 1-1, we can now basically be 5 instead of just 2. If that makes sense.
I'd like to see myself playing with old money, and then a little duck rolling around with the mallard.
I can't confirm or deny, but let's just say it could be happening soon. Anyways.
Oh yeah, seriously?
I can't confirm or deny, but
look me in the eyes and say something. Say that.
In the bear market, Aaron, there's a lot of projects that are starving for utility. There's a lot of projects that can't drive value for their holders unless they're jumping on the staking train or whatever. So we see ourselves as the game night for these projects, which will help us, but obviously help some of these projects that might not be the blue chips that don't need us, but there's a lot of those middle ground projects that want to do something with their NFTs, but maybe can't provide it right now. So the bear market for us is the perfect opportunity to grow what we're doing.
So old money Cardopoly?
Can't confirm or deny.
Look him in the eye and tell him you can't confirm or deny.
I need to see your eyes, dude. I need to see your eyes.
Can't confirm or deny. I've had a few Moscow mules, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Okay. So tell me this. What is the next best kept secret for Cardopoly? You don't have to tell me about old money, but what are you most excited about that is kind of like you're holding close to the chest that you would like to share?
Talk about the Christmas bonanza.
Yeah, I think that now that we have our tech and game dialed in, we want to push the game to the max and have a competitive game with multiple policies. And we have the ability to drive down to specific metadata traits so that we could have a competition, not just individual, but team-based off of particular traits that they hold within a project. So let's say there was a cowboy trait. You could have the Cowboys versus the Dragons, and that team would win as a team as opposed to an individual. And there could be top prizes. So there's a lot of things we can drill down to and drill up from within different projects. But we're excited for the Christmas game. It's going to be a massive game. There's going to be a lot of prizes donated from all the projects. There's going to be a board revamp in terms of background. There's going to be some cool new additional zones added to the board, which will be very excited. And so we're building towards that.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Awesome. Guys, I'm going to leave it to Werz here for the last and final word here. Tell me what you're excited about with Cardano, especially coming off a CNFT con, and just an investor here, and then we're gonna close it off with you. Tell me what you think about Cardano and where we're going.
I'm after CNFT con, not just obviously the main thing was the meeting, the people that we interact with all the time, but going around and seeing what projects are doing, seeing new marketplaces like Flipper. That was one thing that it looked insane, and how far we're stepping it up regarding to being like Ethereum, because there's a lot of problems with JPEG Store and stuff with bundles and all stupid things like that. So Flipper was just one of them, but I'm just excited to see people are building, and just because they're not necessarily the floor prices are pumping or they're out there shouting about stuff, it really showed me that there's a lot of projects that really are still building. Do you know what I mean? That really are building for the future. So I'm just excited, man. We're so early. I hope we can all make lots of money together. I hope we can be successful together, and it's just exciting times. I really feel like for once, I've missed so many jumping on the trains of new things, but I really feel with Cardano, with the blockchain, with NFTs, I'm early. Do you know what I mean? I'm jumping on this bandwagon early, and I really, really feel that in the future, all of us are going to make it, and that's what it's about.
Yeah. Any response to that from Drex, Bobby, and Warden?
Wag me.
That's right, wag me. Exactly what I was gonna say.
Wag me.
I don't know if it's the accent words, but you just fucking fire me right up when you say that we're all gonna make it. Let's go. Let's go.
We are, baby. We're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Just wanted to say, Cardopoly, it was a pleasure speaking to you, because I've watched you a few times, and obviously I did criticize a little bit, but I am a big fan of what you're doing, and I think if you carry on doing where you're going, I think you'll be all right. Just keep building, keep putting yourself out there, and I've no doubt that you'll do well in the future.
Appreciate you, man.
Bro, Drex, thank you for telling me WAGME stands for "We Are Gonna Make It." So
the look on your face, I was like, what is Drex even saying?
Honestly, I was like, is that something English that Guys, if you're in the chat and you made it this far, thank you so much. Congratulations to Green Fingers for picking up that new NFT. Guys, be sure to check out Cardopoly and check out cardopoly.io, check out the Discord, check out all that kind of stuff. Visit Werz's YouTube channel. We're going to make sure the links are in the descriptions down below, especially their Twitters. Be sure to visit Warden and follow him on Twitter as well. He's one of my partners in crime out here. Thank you to all of the guests out here. Thank you most importantly to the chat. Thank you for making our video part of this whole show. And I really appreciate you guys. Werz, Drex, Bobby, Warden, thank you so much, guys. Chat, we'll see you guys in the next stream.